Business, gestation, and hibernation. So the laws of nature apply to human beings because we're part of nature. And even if we sometimes perhaps think that we're separate. And the laws of gestation and hibernation, for example, can be applied to business. So gestation, for example, a human unborn baby, a fetus, it typically has a gestation period of about 9 months. I'm not sure the exact number of days, but somewhere in that vicinity. And babies that are born premature obviously can have a whole bunch of health problems and possibly even die, based upon how much premature they are. And, if a baby went too far past the gestation period, they would probably have to induce labor. I'm not a doctor, but, that's not good either. So there's a sweet spot. You've heard like in life and business, timing is everything. Let's look at the example of a caterpillar into a butterfly. If you try to open a cocoon to get the butterfly, you're just going to kill it. If you tried to open the flower to get the flower, when it's closed, you're going to probably kill it. It's like things are not ready until they're ready. That's why, they say love is patient, love is kind. It can't be rushed. Anything good in life has a period of gestation, a period of, becoming what it is, and you can't really rush it. That's why you have to go to, college for 4 years or graduate school, whatever. You have to develop your skills. I mean, they used to have a lot of apprenticeships, training, and now education is lifelong. So don't think you're just going to come into this world, knowing everything. I mean, humans are actually the animal that's probably one of the least developed, most helpless at birth. I mean, a newborn infant, if you just left it there on its own, it would die, obviously, if it didn't have someone to take care of it. So this applies also to the financial markets. Like there's an amount of time in order to hold an investment. Some people hold it too short, and some people hold it too long. Even the Bible says there's a season for everything under the sun. Like in companies, there's a time to grow, there's a time to contract, there's a time to be, more understanding with your employees, a time to hold them more accountable. And obviously it's an individual case-by-case basis as well, because, what works for one individual may or not be best and most helpful for another. So be thinking of like gestation periods, like where am I in the relationship? Is it a good time to do this, or do I need to put in more deposits before I take a withdrawal? And the idea of hibernation, like bears, I'm not a scientist, but bears, hibernate in the winter. They conserve their energy, and sometimes, like in life and in business, you have to go, 2 steps back to go 3 steps forward. Life is success is not a straight line, so sometimes you have to let your body rest. Sometimes you have to let your investments rest. Sometimes you have to let your product development rest. Rest is kind of a important aspect. It's like sometimes if you write something and then you let it rest and you come back to it, it's like you have a whole bunch of fresh ideas. Same thing in business, like. That's why they call it 2.0, 3.0. A lot of things that failed in the, NASDAQ crash came back stronger than ever. Once there was more infrastructure and broadband, cloud computing, and, the conditions have to be right. So sometimes hibernating, thinking, contemplating, planning, timing, and then gestation, those are all important factors in business and in life.